Hey everyone, and welcome to Comic Breakdown. If you're new to the page, be sure to give us a like and a sub so you don't miss any of the content we have coming out. And today we're going to be diving into the Immortal She-Hulk issue number 1. Now, personally, I'm really excited about this. I've always been a big fan of She-Hulk, and this is picking up right after the events of Empyre. And what happened with her in Empyre is she had died. The Cotati had killed her and taken over her body, but she was able to return. She came back and destroyed the influence over her body. Now, if you guys didn't check that out, I'll leave a link so you guys can check out Empyre. I'll leave it at the top of this video and in the description. And so with that being said, let's dive into this issue. So it picks us up with Jennifer getting shot, the first time that she died, the first time that she remembers. And this is when she was given the ability of the Hulk, because of a blood transfusion from her cousin, which we all know is Bruce Banner. And with this, she was endowed with the powers of the Hulk. And this was her first visit to the Below Place. Now, the Below Place is a really unique place. It's like the deepest part of hell. And its inhabitant is the one below all. Now, this is the counterpart to the one above all for those that don't know. So if the one above all is love and good, then the one below all is hatred and anger, greed, jealousy, all the emotions that we attach with inherent evil. So you can look at this as a cosmic Satan, if you will. And the one below all, he's pretty much the one that gives the Hulks the ability to resurrect because of the gamma radiation. The gamma radiation is like a key in a sense. So instead of going to hell when they die, they go to this place and they can return back to the land of the living because these guys are the key. With the gamma radiation inside of them, it gives them access to go in and out. Now, the one below all has tried to escape this place before, but he's unable to. And it gives us a little backstory here where, Jennifer first becoming the Hulk and how she was different from, her cousin. She was unique because she had control from the very beginning, and she could actually speak, not fluently, but much more coherently. Now, picking up in present day, she's going toe to toe with Tantrum, and this is picking up right after the events of the Cotati evasion. So fear is everywhere, and he's a mutant, so fear feeds him, and that's how he turns it into his own strength. And so with so much fear because of the war, he's just super ridiculously powerful. And She-Hulk is just punching him directly in the face, and he's just taking these punches like it's nothing. And then we see him arc his back and fall down dead. And behind him is Wolverine. And Wolverine had stuck his claws into his back, killing him. And She-Hulk was like, wow, like you killed Tantrum. And this is the unique thing, because everything going on with Krakoa and the Ten of Swords and things of that nature with the X-Men, which I'll leave a link so you guys can check that out, because everything going on with the X-Men is awesome. And what's going on the X-Men aspect is they have the ability to resurrect people and bring them back to life. So even though Wolverine killed him here, they can bring him back, because Krakoa is a place for all mutant kind. But that's not including people like She-Hulk and things of that nature. And this is really unique because we see Wolverine just killing people now. Killing mutants, because at the end of the day, he can just bring them back to Krakoa and bring them back to life. So it's not even a big deal. This is the easiest way to deal with these people. This is the way we're going to do it. And this is when She-Hulk transforms back into Jennifer and asks Wolverine to go have a beer with her. And so they sit down and they have a beer, and she has a question. She wants to know, what's it like coming back from death? And this is a subject that Wolverine he doesn't want to talk about. He wants to avoid it at all costs because it's stuff that he doesn't want to tell and stuff that she doesn't want to know. And she pretty much asked, you've died so many times, how do you deal with it? And he asked her a simple question, are you still the same you? And she says yes, and he's like, that's enough then. Stop trying to dig into some deeper meaning. This is what it is. We die, we come back to life. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth, as they say. It's healing. It's a healing factor. That sums it up. That's all we need to know. You get healed. Why does it need to be anything more than that? If you open up the door, it's going to make it harder for you to do the work. He's saying pretty much keep your head down and don't really overthink this. Now, picking up in the past where she was battling against Thanos, her and some of the other Avengers that they could round up at the time. And he was trying to take out the world using the cosmic cube. And this is where she died yet again. And she saw the green door. And going into it, she runs into her uncle, Brian Banner. Now, Brian Banner at one point in time, had been possessed by the One Below All. And we even saw him have a fight with the Hulk and things of that nature. And they have a conversation here. And at first she thinks she's in hell, but he lets her know, like, this is not hell. Like, I have escaped hell before. Here, I'm stuck. I've been taken down to the lowest place you could possibly go, to what lies below. And he lets Jennifer know, like, we're special, touched by the essence. We bear the mark. And he lets Jennifer know, like, you're not stuck here. The green door is going to appear and you'll be able to walk through. Though Brian Banner is stuck here. The door doesn't open for him, not to let him go through. He can view and see everything that's going on. He can look through it. He can learn, but he's stuck here. Now, picking back up in present day, the Hulk is working out. And she asked Thor to train with her. And so they do a little bit of training and they get into a little bit of a philosophical conversation here. And they talk about how Thor has forever. He's immortal. He's a god. So he has a lot of time to change because he's trying to deal with, being the king of Asgard now and wearing the crown. And it's really something that's not easy for him to grasp onto. And he calls She-Hulk immortal. That's something a mortal would say. Like, I understand you think it's a lot of time to change, but gods often seem not to change. And this is where she says, Hulk's not immortal. Hulk is not mortal. Hulk can't die. Or at least the Hulk dies and comes back. So Hulk is technically immortal. And she says, she's at the beginning of forever. But Thor, you're on the other end of that spectrum. You're not at the end, but you're far from the beginning. What is it like? And Thor really just says something simple, like, I remember Galactus. He was immortal by any measure of the word. He survived so much. He survived the death of the multiverse, the birth of another, and lived a millennia beyond that. And yet Thor still killed him. And this is in Thor number 6. You guys can check that out if you want to find out what exactly happened there. But by every definition of the word immortal, that's what Galactus was. And he still died. He still ended. So at the end of the day, not everybody, nobody, for that matter, has forever. And then we go to the third time that Jennifer died. And this is when the Cotati took over her body. And the swordsman led her off. And they used Centurion ironwood to be able to hold her down and infest her body and take over. And they murdered her right where she was. And they used her body essentially like a parasite would control their host. And she went back to the place below. And this is where she's met with Sam Stearns, the leader. And at first she's like, what is this? A pocket dimension you made? Who are you? Are you in league with the Cotati? What's going on here? And all she can remember is that there's a door, a green door, that she knows she's going to come back to life. Like Bruce, like Leonard, like him. And Sam Stern had some plans, something led him to the green door, to the One Below All, to his new plans. He has new, really ambitious plans. And what she learns here is that Sam Stern has found out how to turn the green door on and off. So none of the Gamma Mutes are immortal anymore. The passageway for them to be able to come back to life has been shut off. They're not the keys anymore. But Sam lets her know, you've caught me in a good mood, and you being here would be more of a complication for me more than anything else. So I'm going to let you go back. And if you remember anything else, remember this. Don't die again, Jen. Don't ever die again. And that will be where this issue ends. Let me know what you guys think. I personally am absolutely loving this. Sam Stearns being able to manipulate the green door and shut them off. Are we going to see the Hulk and She-Hulk cross over? Which is more than likely going to be the scenario I think is going to happen here. And we're going to see, the Hulk's team up against Sam Stern and be able to take him down. Now, how the One Below All plays into all this is going to be really interesting. How he's going to manipulate courses of history and what's happening. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Are you liking this? Are you excited for the series? How do you feel about the One Below All? How do you feel about the green door theory in general? Is it something that you guys like, or do you think it's something that they kind of threw in there just to add more story to it? So yeah, if you guys haven't yet, be sure to like and subscribe to the page, and until the next video.